Hello and welcome back to Theme Hospital. We're at level 9 here of the campaign, and for this hospital we'll have to have a worth of $200,000 and also $400,000 in the bank to finish the level. Now let's go and slow down the game and have a look at full requirements here. So we also need to cure 500 people, like the previous mission, mission 8, and we need to treat 60% of all visitors to the hospital. So the requirements here aren't too different from what we saw in the mission 8, but this game could always throw us some curveballs, but we'll see about that. So we got a fairly big starting room here, and I'm thinking I should probably... Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put in some of these basic rooms along this wall here. And we'll have a corridor along here and then some larger rooms up here. And of course the reception desk here. So just a GP's office to start with. And no, I didn't mess up, okay. There we go. And then we'll have a maybe a pharmacy next to the GP's office, since the pharmacy is a pretty busy room. There are a lot of patients that get cured in the pharmacy, so it will be in a quite a accessible part of the hospital. And will, of course, it also helps that it's a 4x4, so it doesn't take up too much space along here. And so the cardiogram goes next to the pharmacy. Then, are there any other 4x4s we should put? Yeah, of course, the inflation room and the fracture clinic. We're also going to go along this wall here. I do have space for one additional room along here, and I'm thinking I could make... Should I put the toilets or the training room there? I think I might actually put the toilets here, and I'm just going to fill up the remaining space up here. That's quite true. Alright, yeah, it works well enough, but it's not very pretty toilets. But alright, now we'll go and start with the 5x5 rooms, and I'm going to leave a little bit of space here for the reception desk, and I'm actually going to put the reception desk here right away, so that I won't take up the space for that. Now the general diagnosis is going to be close to the GP's office, and we'll have 1, 2, 1, and then the rooms here. So maybe this isn't the best way to use the space in the hospital here, because that kind of steals away too much space from this area here if I put it like this. So I'm going to have a smaller corridor here, and instead have the benches along the walls here, instead of having a sort of middle row of benches that I often use. So let's see, just put in a standard setup here for the general diagnosis room, and the next room will be the psychiatric room, also a very common room. So, or a room that cures a lot of different patients, I guess. And just do it like this. So maybe I should. So the operating theatre and a ward. I'm not sure if I'm going to have room for that in this area here. Along this wall we'll have 4x4 rooms. I think there should be enough space for that. Yeah, there are just enough space for 4x4s along here, although there won't be much room for benches there, but well, I'm sure I could find a way to use that room. That space there. So what do I need next? I need a research department. I could probably put that maybe up here. It doesn't need to be in a very central location. So I guess that will work just fine. And after this room, I guess what should I build next? Maybe... Well, I guess I could just put down the training room and the staff room right away, and I think I can put the staff room here, since I think it's a good idea to have some rooms here that doesn't require any benches, so the staff room seems like a good idea. An advantage of putting it there is that it's going to be in a quite central location in the hospital. So once we expand here, it's not going to be too far away from the staff room. So it helps to that. Oh, why did I pick 2 plants? I was going to have 2 sofas, or I don't think. Well. Yeah, this is kind of a messy setup, but okay, I don't know if I could just move this a little bit, and maybe the radiator as well. So there we go. And then the training room can go next to the staff room. And 3 lecture chairs should be enough. I don't think we're going to be training more than 3 doctors at a time, although if the need arises I could always put down more lecture tables as well. Okay, this table is not very nicely placed, but it works, so why not? Right. I think I have all the rooms now, except for these ward and the side, and the operating theatre. But there's not enough room for that in this location anyway. So take a look at this expansions. There's quite a big expansion here and some smaller ones separate here. So I'm guessing we're going to be expanding into this area fairly soon, and then we'll put the ward and the operating theatre in there, and I'm sure we can find some way of using this space in the middle here. Anyway, we're going to need some drinks machines and a whole bunch of benches. And some plants as well, it's nice. And the benches will go down along these walls here. So that's not a... Well, it's a design I use quite often, although usually not right at the start of the game. Usually I just put that in for expansions and so on. But if I did try to put down a central corridor here, I wouldn't really have any space over here to put these 2 rooms. So I think this is going to work just fine. So where I can put a plant there, I guess. And that is pretty much it. Now I just need to hire a few doctors, and this guy is a consultant, so I'm going to hire him right away. He can go to the research department for now, although I'm going to be using him for training soon enough. This guy is pretty good, so he'll be our psychiatrist at the start. And this guy is also pretty good, although he doesn't have any specializations, but he is good enough for the GP's office. And this guy, well, these doctors aren't that great, but I don't have a lot of doctors to choose from at the moment. So I guess I should be training. Maybe I should... I think I'm going to wait a little bit before I start training any doctors. So this should be enough for now. There's probably not going to be that much activity at the start, so it's not really a huge need for a ton of doctors. Also don't have a operating theatre, so I don't need any surgeons. And I guess that is all I'm going to need to open the hospital. So we'll see. I might get someone who requires a ward or a operating theatre quite soon. And then I'm just gonna have to expand, and this expansion does cost quite a lot, so I don't have enough money for both the expansion and the operating theatre, I think. So I could maybe use this room down here just for that purpose. Maybe that's a better idea. So I'll buy this expansion first and then put the ward and operating theatre down here. That might be a decent idea, actually. So I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. So already we have a patient we can't cure. This patient has unexpected swelling. Oh yeah, here we go. It needs a ward. Yeah, we're already there. Already we have a patient that you can't cure, and yeah, I thought, and this is the first patient as well, so quite unlucky that. So that patient can just wait, because I'm going to just buy this and get the ward down. So that is typical of my luck, I guess, but what you gonna do? We are going to need this eventually, though. I would just wish I had a little bit more money before we started expanding, but okay. Bit of an awkward position for the bed there, but that's just gonna have to pass, I guess. So I think I'm going to need another nurse, I mean, right off the bat. So we'll get you over there to the pharmacy, and 2 nurses operating 3 rooms should be enough for now. And I still have no access to any surgeons. So oh yeah, this patient is operating theatre. But I can't, well, I don't have, well, I do have the money for it, but I don't have any surgeons yet. And, well, unless you have to have operating theatre before you can hire any. Again! Okay, you can just wait for a little bit. I know I'm also going to need another handyman, because I now have 2 buildings, so, the operating theatre I'm just going to build right away. I really don't have any choice, I guess. So already having so many patients requiring it. Yes, I'll accept the VIP invitation, and okay, so maybe building an operating theatre actually unlocks surgeons, but I only have one, so that is not enough. Ah, well, I guess... Well, I don't have any consultants with the surgeon specialization either, so I can't train anyone myself. Okay, you are unhappy. Okay, I'm going to hire another doctor, and I'm going to hire you to go over there. And I'm already starting to run out of money as well.
We're sorry for the excessive heat.
Oh, so it's quite hot now. Okay, guess I could. Oh no, and the heating system is not working properly. Okay. Right. Oh, emergency and fractured bones. Okay, we can treat that. No problem. And we can go over there right away. Right, so let's see. Do we have any more surgeons? Nope. And we do have 3 patients waiting for a surgeon treatment or an operation. So I'm also going to have to borrow some money because I'm running a deficit here. So I'm not doing too well on those financial fronts. Come on now, just let me hire one more surgeon. Not sure why. I'm not sure why it's going to have to be so difficult. I don't care about his skill really. So these patients, well, they're not dying just yet, but they might if they have to wait for too long. So still no. Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. You go over there, and I'm gonna find you a consultant. I can train you to be a consultant later on. And then you can train another doctor to be a surgeon, unless we can hire another surgeon before that. So, not a very good solution, I guess, but I really don't have a choice at the moment. I also seem to have an excess of doctors as well. And once you are finished here, you can... there we go, come on. I'm going to start teaching there, and you can go over there. Right, and you are starting to die, I guess. Well, still no sign of any new surgeons, so I may as well speed up a little bit. Yeah, maybe I should pay off that loan. I didn't need it for very long, so it's a prudent thing to do, I guess. Although we just have, a pretty tiny cash balance, so it's not going to last very long, unless we can start making some serious profits here. So we got a new room, but we can't afford it just yet. It's the Slackton Clinic, and this guy is... Oh, well, are there any... No. Where did that surgeon disappear off to? Okay, so we went back here. Ah. Okay, fine. But I can't treat these people. Okay, you go. There's no point for you being here. Okay, finally I have one more surgeon. And I can... Oh, where did the other... Oh, where did the others... Oh, my... Is that you? Oh, yes. Get over here. You were so eager to cure these people before, and then once I actually had another surgeon, you just disappeared to the staff room to play video games. Oh my lord. So finally we are starting to cure these people. Then I'm going to train another surgeon to be a consultant, so that we'll have a more secure supply of new surgeons. So I'm not sure where you are headed, but I hope you are not headed to the operating... Okay, you are. Never mind. We are just gonna have to stay there for a little bit. Okay, so these guys are idle now, so if I could just manage to pick you up. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna run. Broken heart? Okay, maybe that requires the operating theatre. It might. Yeah, I knew it, and the other surgeon disappeared. Why, these surgeons are completely unreliable. Oh, you can't just... Okay, have a little bit of a rest, then you'll go back. Because you are desperately needed. I really need to get another surgeon. Right, so I got a few doctors here that may as well be training because they don't have a lot else to do. And you have had enough rest now, so you can go and treat this patient. Okay, so on the bright side, we do have a decent amount of cash now, so we are safe on that front. Reputation is so-so. A few people have died, I've noticed, so it's not perfect, but we just have to take our chances here. Still looking for a third surgeon here, so it would be so nice to have. It would probably solve a lot of the problems we'll have here. So now you can go here, and because I want you to become a consultant. And our 6th patient died, and a lot of doctors are unhappy, so I'm gonna have to hand out some pay rises here, I guess. And the handymen are pretty unhappy too, so the rest are fine though. The receptionist is almost never unhappy, or at least I've never seen an unhappy receptionist. So I'm not sure why that is, but pretty much never have to give them any bonuses or pay rises. So I think we should get that stacked tongue clinic, and we can put it here because there's space there. Okay, so I need more surgeons again. Just speed down a little bit here. Let's see if I can... no, I guess not. No new surgeons. Okay, so you are going to be here. And now you have to take a break. I'm sorry, you can't. Oh, so this guy is actually a consultant now. So I'm going... What? Get back there. Okay, have a little bit of a rest. Then I'll pick you up and send you back to the operating theatre. But yeah, now that our best surgeon here is a consultant, I'm going to use him a bit for training other doctors. And this guy is almost a consultant as well, so but he's a researcher. And this guy may as well be teaching. Right, so you have rested for long enough. Now you need to go and actually treat some patients. So we still have 2 patients here. So I don't really have any time. The surgeons really don't get any time off just yet to teach other doctors. So. Okay, nothing destroyed by that earthquake, luckily enough. Oh, this needs repair right now. Come on now. Probably shouldn't be using this before this animal has been there. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to pick this guy up and put him there. Then this doctor here, if it's going over here, and well, I guess I could just take this guy and start teaching him. We'll take that chance. Now, do we have any psychiatrists? Yeah, yeah, no problem. Right, get the speed back on. 8 people have died so far, okay. And this patient we can't diagnose, so I'm going to send... Well, he has invisibility syndrome, so I still can't treat that though. Okay, so we got the epidemic warning here, the squits, and I'm going to attempt to cure them all, because I've had a lot of success with that before, so I'm going to take the chance, and we'll hopefully be all fine. Well, this guy is eventually going to become our 3rd surgeon, which we desperately need to offload these other guys. You can still hire this guy, but he's not that good. I think it's better to just teach this new doctor to be a surgeon. Now, we do have an X-ray room, but I don't think that's going to... No, that's not going to fit in there. But it is going to fit down here, I think. Or maybe not. No, it doesn't fit there. Okay. So I'm gonna have to expand if I want the X-ray room. Alternatively, I could squeeze it in here, maybe. I should do that, actually. These guys are gonna have to move out of the way. So let's see if I can actually place this room. There's always a problem with the X-ray room to make it fit inside the smallest possible configuration here. And as you can see, this doesn't work at all. So, okay, there we go. Right. So we got that sorted. And this guy with the baldness is going to the research department. And I may as well get some more benches. Because I think this area is quite packed now, so I might be in room space for another room over here, but I'm not sure if I should put anything there. It's a bit too cramped, I think. I would rather expand out here for the next room. Also have a little bit of space there that I should probably use. Okay, so let's... Yeah, so we got another consultant surgeon now, and he's going over here. This guy can just keep teaching. And well, this guy may as well get hired and start his surgeon training. He is already a psychiatrist, so that helps. I think I only have one psychiatrist, so it's nice to have a backup. Okay, so we'll get the health inspector visits any minute now. Hopefully we did well and get a bonus out of it. Okay. Right, so, well, not a huge bonus, but bonus nonetheless. Now, 8 people with bloaty heads, and I think I can handle that just fine. Well, there was already a doctor, okay, so no problem then. So far we have cured 61 people, so we've got a long way to go there. And 82% of all visitors have been cured, so that is fine. Hospital worth is halfway there, and we're still far from our cash balance target, but we'll get there as well eventually. I think I have some unhappy doctors here, this guy in particular. So all the 8 people with bloaty head got cured, and we got a nice bonus out of that. Now this guy is also a bald guy, so he's going to the research department. I would like to get the hair treatment clinic soon, because we have had quite a few patients in the research department with that particular diagnosis. And there we go, now we have the hair restorer. So, could I guess I could place it there. Huh. Well, I think I'm managing my space here quite well. But now there really isn't room for anything else in this first room here. So I'm gonna have to expand quite soon, I think, into this direction. So, of course I would like to utilize the space in this room down here a little bit better, too. It's just that it's a bit, well, it's not as central as this location over here. So, it's fine having just the ward and the operating theatre down here, but maybe not much else. Oh, why on earth is our reputation so bad? What happened? What's happened to our reputation? I mean, we don't need a good reputation to complete this mission, but that is, I don't know. We didn't fail anything. I mean, we dealt with the epidemic just fine, and all our emergencies have been dealt with too. I mean, have we really had that many deaths? Oh, now there's a reputation requirement here. Reputation should not be less than 200, and it's at 348. So 348 is pretty bad, but it's still within the mission requirements. So 13 deaths now, and we haven't cured 100 patients yet. So that is a pretty high death rate, so I can kind of see why our reputation is so bad. 14 people. Okay, we are really losing a lot of patients here. So I don't think I can take the reputation hit from this epidemic. I can't declare an epidemic, so I'm gonna have to attempt to cure all of them. And still unhappy doctors all over the place. The rest of them are not unhappy though. Right. At least we are earning decent money now. So we got the finances under control. No new rooms just yet. So not much else to do other than just wait for a little bit now.
Doctor required in GP's office. Doctor required in X-ray. Nurse required in tech surgery.
Hopefully we can get our reputation back up soon as well.
Doctor required in GP's
I think we have a decent number of doctors now, so I don't need to hire any new doctors. We got both surgeons and psychiatrists covered now, as well as a few researchers. And,
research needed in research department.
so let's see how this went. And the epidemic went just fine. We got a compensation for that. These unhappy doctors. Now all of them are happy though. And they better be, I mean, I'm giving them so many pay rises. More deaths. Come on now. The death rate of well above 10% is not good. I mean, 15 people have died and we occurred 97. Earthquake, but I don't think it did any significant damage anywhere. Ooh, another one. Okay. This machine needs repair, I think. As does this machine. Not that one, but... oh, this needs repair. Yeah, he was on it before I could do anything, so... Okay, so I got the decontamination room now. I'm going to speed on a little bit. And more unhappy doctors. What is going on here? Okay, so decontamination and electrolysis clinic. Okay, so the question is a room? Yeah, there is room for them down here. So that is great, obviously. Don't have to build an expansion just yet. Although I may have to do it soon. Nurse unhappy now. Okay, so I can already see all these doctors slowly but steadily getting unhappy. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, electrolysis clinic, yes, there's space for that as well. So we don't have to buy that expansion. And another epidemic as well. So, and still our reputation seems to be quite terrible. 354. Right, so this it's just a $2,000 fine, but the reputation hit is not something I want to take at the moment. So I would rather make an attempt at curing all the patients with that particular disease. And some new benches are in order down here, if there is room for them, which there aren't because this corridor is too small. But that will just have to do. I don't think there's going to be long queues outside these rooms anyway, so a few benches here and there should suffice. And this guy is gonna have to be sent home, or her, I mean, that woman. Right, let's get the speed back on. I think our cash balances have stagnated a little bit. There aren't that many patients. And just look at this, all these unhappy doctors as well. Now I'm going to have to shell out on them too. And also handymen are unhappy. Pretty much everyone is unhappy. Maybe I should rise some my prices to earn some more cash. I don't really do that often, but... oh, there's some research priorities. I've completely forgotten about that and not done anything with it. And well, we got a decent compensation now for dealing with the epidemic. Nice. But yeah, prices. Just some small price increases to boost our earnings a bit. Just a 2% increase in all treatments. I think that is, I mean, that is just, that is less than the rate of inflation in the period that we've been running this hospital, I guess. But it is kind of tedious to increase the price of all of these treatments manually. I wish there was just a button that would increase treatment charge on all treatments at the same time. That would be quite convenient. No new rooms, just... oh, we do have the scanner. And we definitely don't have any space for that. So maybe I should just expand here. Alright, so the scanner is pretty expensive, but I'm gonna get it anyway. And I messed placement up a little bit. Oh, is that going to work at all? That seems kind of cramped. Not sure if... oh, I hope this works. I don't trust that. Put it like this instead. Right. I think our reputation has climbed a bit. Oh yes, it's about 400 now. So still pretty bad, but it's not in desperate need of better reputation just yet. The shower has been enhanced by the research department. Is that this machine? I can't think of any other machines it could be, but oh well. Right, so we have now cured 155 patients and still need to increase our money balance by a factor of 10, but that is not really a concern. I think it can handle that just fine. So still a lot of unhappy doctors. And well, seems to be fine for now. Any new rooms just yet. So we got another compensation for dealing with an epidemic. That always helps, of course. Still have a feeling that our cash balance has stagnated around 50,000. It really shouldn't, but I don't know. Okay, so New condition, transparency, I guess. So 162 minutes, ticking up quite slowly, I think. So I think I'm going to cut the video here and do the rest of the mission in another video. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video as well.